Court is on the record in its announcement docket that's set for today, which is February 23rd of 2021. And the docket was set at 9 a.m. on today's day. And the arraignment docket, the court is in session in clause number 327800, the state of Texas versus Brian Norris. Mr. Norris was scheduled to be in court today at 9 a.m. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer, and he has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The time is 11:23 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Byron Norris? I know.
No response, Sean.
Okay. Mr. Norris' name was just called by the court's bailiff, and it's on the court's docket. It says it's Byron Norris or Byron Norris. It also has a note that Mr. Norris is in jail, incarcerated in Myron County, Indiana, and that was as of January 5th of 2021.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I have some new information on that. When I saw that note on the docket, I did some research to see if he was still in custody, and they have the records fully online for that county, and I was able to see that he was released on either January 5th or January 6th from Myron County, and he had resolved his case up there.
Okay. So Norris in clause number 327800, which is titled Byron Norris or Byron Norris, has not appeared in court. Therefore, his bond shall be forfeited. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections. Mr. Norris' bond will be forfeited, and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. We're on the record in clause number 328262, the state of Texas versus Stephen Johnson. Mr. Johnson was scheduled to be in court for the arraignment docket this morning at 9 a.m. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer his name. He has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The time is 11:25 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Stephen Johnson?
Stephen Johnson. No response, Sean.
Stephen Johnson has not answered to the bailiff call. The court coordinator has just informed the court that a court date letter was not mailed. That was not mailed to Mr. Johnson. Therefore, his bond will not be forfeited. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And also, we're on the record in clause number 327132, the state of Texas versus Luis Calderon Romero. Mr. Luis Calderon Romero was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court arraignment docket. The bailiff called his name at or about 9 a.m. He did not answer. He has not appeared in court. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Luis Calderon Romero?
No response, Sean.
The bailiff called Mr. Luis Calderon Romero's name again, and the time is 11:22 a.m. on today's date. He did not respond. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. Mr. Luis Calderon Romero's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest in cause number 327132. We're on the record in cause number 327258, the state of Texas versus Sean Bridges. Mr. Bridges was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's arraignment docket at 9 a.m. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time is 11:23 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Sean Bridges again?
Sean Bridges. No response, Your Honor.
Sean Bridges' name was called again by the courthouse bailiff. He did not answer. Therefore, a reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Bridges an opportunity to appear in court, and therefore, his bond shall be forfeited. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. Mr. Sean Bridges' bond will be forfeited in cause number 327258, and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. And this will conclude the calling of the court's arraignment docket on February 23rd of 2021. Those bonds that have been forfeited, because a reasonable time has passed to give the defendants an opportunity to appear in court, and they did not appear in court. This will conclude the calling of